Yo, what?
Stop messing around, Ryan. Send in this application already.
I will.
Don't leave me alone at UT with all them Southern girls.
You're so sure they'll take you.
Come on, man. We both know there's gonna be scouts in the stands tonight. We win this game, we're going to States. They be begging us to come to Texas.
All right, okay. Let's just win today's game first.
Oh, you know we will. Send in that application today.
Oh, that's a big stop to take. We have 45 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Ravens 31, Boards 26. Coach Gallagher calls Haverford's final timeout. This has been one tough game for these guys. The perfect season on the line. And quarterback Denton gets the play call.
All right, guys. One more yard.
Yeah, 89 yards and a touchdown.
Hey, eyes on me. This game is ours to win, all right? Just focus on the plays and execute like we've done all year. Right? We don't need 89 yards right now. We need a first down. That's one more yard.
We can't keep running at them like this. We ain't getting no push up the middle. This will be game over.
Exactly. So they'll be expecting the run, all right? Let them crowd the box. Coach called a pass. Let's sell run. Get off your block. Ready? Right!
You all right, man?
Yeah, I'm all right. Croven keeps getting around the edge. I need more time.
It's too fast.
Yeah, he's too big, too.
They can't play with us. We got this game.
All right, great catch. I need another. It's got to be deep. All right, Willie's got a couple steps on the corner, and the safety's biting every time. Just need to stop Croven to get Willie downfield.
Bro is like 19 years old. He shouldn't even be in this league.
There's nothing they can do that we can't stop. I need y'all with me on this.
Croven's too big and he's too fast. If we can't stop him, we just need to slow him down.
I got your back.
Willie, make sure you're open. Ready?
Drift right! Drift right! Motion! Go!
Blue Hawks! Blue Hawks! This has been one tough game for the Fords, undefeated all season, but nothing could have prepared them for the Ravens middle linebacker, Miles Croven. And then rolls out of the pocket. He's looking, and he gets it away deep as Croven takes him down. And he's got it! What a catch! Willie Robinson takes his man. He's at the 20, the 15, 10, 5, and he's brought down just shy of the goal line. Now the clock winds down. Denton clearly shaken up on the last play. has to get downfield to spike the ball.
Yo, Rob, you sure you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. No, I'm not fine. It's my arm. I can't throw the ball.
Yo, man, but coach just called a pass play, a fade route.
It'll work. 30 seconds ago, we needed 89 yards and a touchdown, remember? And we didn't give up. Now all we need is one more yard. Just one more, that's it. I believe in you guys. In this team. All right, we're gonna run that fade route.
I don't get how.
Neither will the Ravens. Let's give these fans what they came for. What do you say? Just like Proven through, I've got a plan.
Ready, run!
I don't think any of the college scouts here today are going to walk out without his name at the top of their list.
That's how you play ball, baby. Did you see the looks on their faces? Yo, the scouts must have loved that. Oh, my God. I hope so, man. Listen, let's smell this application off while it's still hot.
Man, I said I'll send it. But first, let's enjoy this victory tonight.
Oh, we sure will, baby. Whoa! Whoa! Hey, you see that block I put on Proven? Hey, Ryan, maybe I should go out for QB next year. Man, did you see that touchdown pass I threw? It was perfect. Man, I don't mean nothing against
Hello everyone and welcome to the MRT where we will be going over 14 different competency resiliency skills. And in this lesson we're going to be talking about a skill called goal setting. Now I'm certain that all of you have identified goals for yourself in the past, right? And we've all achieved goals. We wouldn't be here if we hadn't achieved goals in our life. I'm sure we've all had a moment in our life where we identify a goal that we want to reach and we sit there and think about, you know what, how am I going to get there? Or even told ourselves, here's what I'm going to do in order to achieve this goal. And I'm sure we've all, at some point, once we've identified our goal, you lost sight of it, lost motivation, or plain and simple, you just said, maybe this isn't for me. In other words, I can't do this anymore. And I say that because I myself have been there before. I think the answer to this is the need to have a really deliberate, really effective way of setting goals. available to us. And that's what we're going to talk about today in this lesson. How can we set goals so we can actually pursue them? How do we do the work that needs to be done, but also maintaining the motivation, the inspiration, the energy we need in order to keep working at them, and even if it gets hard, So let's look at our bottom line up front for goal setting. Goal setting helps to build self-regulation. Goal setting is all about setting some goal that's off into the future, but doing the right things now and in the days to come to make sure to where you want to go. So, in other words, we need lots of self-regulation to be able to achieve our goals in the long run. Goal setting can also be an effective means to produce motivation, to inspire us, to energize us, to direct our attention to the right things at the right time, and to increase our effort in persistence. So even when obstacles pop up and we're just feeling drained and tired and we don't want to do the work, we're more likely to keep doing it and keep making those big decisions. Several factors influence the effectiveness of our goals, okay? We can take deliberate steps to increase the odds of achieving our goals if we address those factors. So this goal setting process that we're going to be doing a walkthrough today, we're accounting for those factors that often keep people from achieving goals. To make sure that doesn't happen to you, you've created a solid plan and you're going to stay motivated to do the work and achieve that goal. Okay, so let's take a look at the 7-step goal setting process that we're going to talk about today. So we're going to go through each of these steps one at a time. This is just more of an overview to let you know what direction we're headed in. In this slide, this slide is the overview. It's what I meant. The first 4 steps out of these 7 are all about planning, figuring out, okay, where I'm going, where am I starting from, what's the difference between where I am now and where I want to be, and what do I need to start doing, what work has to happen for me to get to my goal. Okay, so that's planning. So when we finish off the 4th step, you're going to have your plan in place, written out, ready to go. From there, in step 5 through 7, we'll be moving into the act portion of the 7-step process. So again, steps 1 through 4, planning. Steps 5 through 7, action. What's happening there is that it's time to do the work. You gotta go out, start doing the things you need to be doing, thinking the way you gotta be thinking, and make sure you're staying motivated along the way. All right, this way you keep doing the things day in and day out. Okay, so now we're going to be going ahead and diving into step 1, which is defining your dream. Okay, so this is figuring out, all right, what is my goal? Identifying it, writing it down on a paper. So again, this might be a personal dream. Could be a personal dream goal that's years down the road, or it might be a short-term goal for something like maxing that PT test. This system is designed for both long and short term, okay? One thing I want you to keep in mind is that when you set a goal, you should always put a suspense to it. Put a due date on that goal. Even if it has to change along the way, that's fine. You can be flexible with that. But when you put the suspense on your goal, a suspense state, it's kind of the kick in the pants to make sure you start doing the work, even if you have to change that suspense later. Okay, this way you'll be less likely to procrastinate. So that's part of step 1. Okay, so with that, there's one other thing we have to look at in step 1. We have to talk about values, okay? So our values drive our daily behavior, whether we're aware of those values or not. So values like, I should work hard, people should respect one another. Maybe another value is work hard, play harder. See, those are all values that influence the decisions that we make on a daily basis. Goal setting is all about doing the right thing on a daily basis to get to where you want to go in the long run. So we've got to take a look at values, because that's what's going to influence whether we do the work or not every single day. All right, so as we go through this, we'll look at our values, whether our values are setting us up for success or standing in our way. So you'll do that as you go through step 1. Step 2 is about figuring out, hey, where am I starting this journey from? This is doing a, you would say this is doing honest self-assessment. Saying, where am I now in relation to where I want to go? So as we talk about step 2, you'll get to try out doing this honest self-assessment of, okay, what are my assets? What are the things that are working for me that are going to push me toward my goal? And what are my obstacles? What are the things that might stand in my way, that might hold me back from achieving my goal? So we're going to take a look at categories like finances, knowledge, physical, mental, support, those kind of categories to see what you have as an asset and what might be an obstacle as you pursue the goal. There's one area where you really have to focus in on here, and that's what goes on in our heads, which is our thoughts and our beliefs. Okay, so just like our values, our thoughts and beliefs, they influence what we choose to do and what we choose not to do. Okay, so you might have thoughts that push you towards your goal. For example, if I have the belief that I can accomplish anything I put my mind to, that is likely to help achieve my goal. If I have belief like I'm stupid or I'm never going to amount to much, that's likely to stand in my way and keep me from achieving my goal. So again, you just got to be honest and say, hey, what beliefs do I have that are working for me? And what beliefs do I have that are going to get me, or that are going to get in my way from achieving this goal? So that's step 2. So we know where we're going. Now we know where we're starting. In step 3, we're going to take this mountain of a goal and we're going to break it down just a little bit into what we're going to call big rocks. Okay, big rocks are broad areas, still pretty large, but we have to focus in these areas if we're going to achieve this big goal. So let me show you an example to make this make more sense. So if the dream goal here is to complete a half Ironman no later than 31 December of this year, here are 4 big rocks for one individual. Physical fitness, it's a large area. There's a lot of work that has to go into that. But that's one area that this individual thinks they have to address to achieve that goal. Nutrition is another one. Make sure they're eating the right thing, right? So they're basically fueling their body. Attitude. For this individual, attitude, mindset, thoughts, beliefs. That's going to be a big component of achieving that goal. And the last one is balance. Kind of maintaining personal life while training at the same time. Okay, so for one particular individual, those are the large areas, the big rocks that have to be addressed if they're going to achieve this goal. So we've identified these big rocks based on what we came up with in step 2, where we're doing that self-honest assessment of our assets and our obstacles. That's what helps you decide what your big rocks are going to be. Now, everyone watching this video right now could have this big goal, right? but end up with different big rocks. And that's just going to be based on our own situations, our own assets, our own obstacles. So that's step 3. Now let's take a look at step 4, deciding what we need to develop. All right, so now that we know where we're going, where we are starting from, and the big rock areas that we need to focus on and do some work within, it's time to really dive into each of those big rocks and plan what work I need to start doing. How am I going to progress towards my goal? So step 4 is make a plan for steady development. And it's a 2-part step, okay? So step 4 is a 2-part step. The first step has to do with creating action statements. What is the work you need to do to start getting closer to your goal? Okay, so we got this SMART acronym right here, which offers us some guidelines for creating effective action statements. Action statements that really pushes us forward rather than keeping us where we are in relation to our goal. So the first guideline here from the SMART acronym is specific, right? Letter S. Our action statements need to be really specific in saying what work we need to do. They should paint a picture in your head. You should be able to see yourself doing whatever that action statement describes. The second guideline for your action statement is measurable, right? Letter M. How do we keep things measurable? Our action statements should have numbers in them, okay? So we need to tell ourselves how many times are we going to do this thing a day, a week, a month, or even a year, okay? How much time are we going to spend doing this particular action? The more measurable we can make it, the more effective that action statement is going to be in helping us move towards that goal. Okay, so next, our action statements should be action focused, right? Which is letter A, which is also the third guideline in the acronym. So saying what I'm going to do, what work I need to do versus saying I don't need to do this or I'm going to avoid doing this. So if I told myself I'm not going to be lazy, right? First of all, is this telling me what I do need to do? No. Okay, the answer is no. It's telling me what I want to not do. And is I am not going to be lazy going to help me move towards my goal? No. So instead of saying I'm not going to be lazy, I should be telling myself what I'm actually am going to do instead of being lazy. All right, so action statements should be realistic, which is the next guideline in the SMART acronym. It should be realistic for each and every one of us, individually given our financial circumstances, our physical state, our physical health, our schedules, things like that. So if I tell myself, you know what, I'm going to go to the gym 7 days a week, 4 hours a day. Not realistic for me, and probably not realistic for many of you as well. And what's going to happen is I'm very quickly going to fail at that action statement, and I'm going to get frustrated, and then I'm likely just going to give up entirely. So you have to make sure those action statements you come up with, while challenging, are still realistic. And then finally, our action statements should be time bound. So put a suspense date on these whenever it's possible. Again, it's just a kick in the pants to start doing the work every single day rather than procrastinate. And so obviously we have to do some work here if we're going to achieve our goal, but it's not enough just to plan what work we need to do. We need to look at one other thing in this 4th step, right? Which is the second part of the step. And that brings us to this. So what do you think this picture means? It is exactly what you're thinking right now. Okay? Don't half-ass it. So we know we're going to have to do work to achieve our goal, but we also know that our thoughts and our beliefs and what goes on in our mind influences whether we choose to do the work every day and make the right choices to get to where we want to go. So now we're going to develop attitude statements to help us be very deliberate in planning what we're going to think and what we're going to say to ourselves so that we can make the right decisions and choose to do the work that's going to get us to where we weren't going to go. Okay, so let's look at an example of these attitude statements and what they might look like. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Muhammad Ali, possibly the greatest boxer who ever lived, right? I'm sure most of us can agree to that. Okay, in order for him to pursue his goal of being a great boxer, he's got to believe some things to be true of himself. For example, he needs to believe he is fast. So he would tell himself, last night I cut the light off in my bedroom. Was in the bed before the room was dark. That's his attitude statement. Now he needs to believe that he is strong. So he said to himself, I wrestled with an alligator. Muhammad Ali needs to believe that he is tough. So he told himself, I hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick. Now that's tough. At this point, he's making Walker Texas Ranger sound like a weenie, okay? And he also needs to believe that he needs to be prepared. So he told himself, I've been chopping down trees. I've done something new for this fight. Okay, so his attitude statements are helping him believe all the things he needs to believe. But one, he can stay motivated. And two, he can make the right decisions day in and day out. And keep going to training every single day. And do what he needs to do in order to achieve his goal of being a great boxer. Okay, so those were examples of attitude statements. Now let's look at how to develop effective attitude statements. So we've got 4 P's here. Attitude statements should be powerful. They should evoke emotion in you, all right? They should inspire you. They should be personally meaningful to you. One way to make that happen is to build your attitude statements around your personal values so they really mean something to you. They should be in the present tense, all right? It doesn't help me very much to say, you know what? I will be strong in 3 months from now, but I'm not now. Start believing and thinking in what you want to. You got to put it in present tense. Just tell yourself you're already there, okay? It's that simple. I am already there. And the final guideline for creating attitude statements is that they have to be positive, all right? They're positive. Okay, so telling yourself what you do want to be, what you want to believe of yourself, rather than, what you want to avoid. Okay, so telling yourself, I am fast, I'm strong, instead of I'm not slow, I am not lazy. Tell yourself what's going to motivate you. Find motivation, okay? All right, so those are the guidelines for the attitude statements. Now, one question many have is, does this goal setting process have to be in the exact order? And the simple answer is no, okay? But it is highly recommended that you do it in this exact order, just to get a feel for it. And as you practice the skill more and more, and the more comfortable you get with it, maybe you feel like you can jump around, then reach back to the other steps in the process and use what works best for you. And thank you everyone for participating. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Maybe you didn't understand one area in this lesson. I will be more than happy to help you lead you in the right direction. And we'll see you in the next video.
Look at me.